Welcome to another deep dive from Empowering Your Finance. Today we're focusing on personal financial education,
That's right.
specifically the topic Empowering Your Finance, a guide to financial education. And we're using their own materials as our guide.
Yeah, diving right into the sword.
Exactly. Sometimes finance feels like it needs, well, a decoder ring.
Uh-huh.
So our mission today is to maybe decode some of that, to really get what financial education is and how it can actually put you in charge of your financial life.
Sounds good.
So to kick things off, what's the central idea empowering your finances pushing here?
Well, the core idea is it's right there in the name, empowerment.
Okay.
They really emphasize that financial education isn't just, collecting facts. It's the tool, the fundamental thing that lets people take real control.
Control of their finances.
Exactly, control their financial destinies.
Yeah.
And this control, the way they frame it, it leads to more security, greater independence, and, well, more opportunities in life.
Security, independence, opportunities. Yeah, those definitely hit home. They use that specific term, financial empowerment. Seems like it's maybe bigger than just one person's knowledge.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Their definition covers both individuals and, interestingly, communities, too.
Oh, communities.
Right? It's about having the ability, the capacity to manage your economic well-being well and make, informed financial decisions.
That's right.
And what's really interesting is their point that it's not just about getting rich. It's more about building resilience.
Resilience. Okay.
Yeah, and achieving that security that lets you handle your day-to-day needs and plan for the long haul. It's kind of about making your money match your life goals.
So less about the dollar amount, more about feeling in charge. That feels like an important difference.
Definitely.
And they brought in a quote from Neville Goddard. Financial success is not a matter of luck or chance. It is a result of conscious thinking and deliberate creation. How does that fit?
Well, that Goddard quote, it really zeroes in on the active part we play.
Right.
It suggests empowerment isn't just handed to you. It's something you build. Through thinking carefully and taking deliberate steps with your money, understanding and applying the principles, that's what gets results.
Okay, so financial education is how we get empowered. But what does financial education actually cover? It's got to be more than just spend less than you earn, right?
Oh, absolutely. Empowering your finance sees it as a whole process. Acquiring knowledge, yes, but also building the skills
Just so
and getting a real understanding of how to manage your personal finances well. That means principles, concepts, strategies, the tools you can use.
the whole toolkit.
Exactly. For making smart choices about budgeting, saving, investing, and really importantly, planning for what's next, your future.
So knowledge and the practical skills to actually use it. And the goal is to give you that so you can take the wheel financially and, well, reach your goals.
Precisely.
They quote Napoleon Hill too. Financial education is a powerful weapon. That sounds pretty strong.
It is strong language. With it, you can navigate the complex world of money and make informed decisions that will shape your financial destiny.
Yeah, that really paints a picture of the impact, doesn't it?
It does. Hill's point is that this knowledge isn't just academic, it's a real asset. It helps you navigate the, let's face it, often tricky financial world and make choices that actually help you long term.
Okay.
Which, brings up the next question. Why is this education so needed right now? Are people generally doing okay with this stuff already?
That's the logical next step, isn't it? You'd kind of hope so, but I guess the fact we're talking about it suggests maybe not.
Yeah, unfortunately, the info from Empowering Your Finance points to, well, a pretty big gap.
A gap.
They mentioned nationwide testing showing that lots of people lack even basic financial know-how, the kind needed for, qualified financial decisions.
Wow.
It really highlights why resources like theirs are so important to help fill that gap.
That is a bit of a wake-up call. Makes you realize you probably need to actively look for this stuff. They also use a Sir John Templeton quote, something about dangerous words.
Ah, yes. The 4 most dangerous words in investing are, this time, it's different.
How does that connect to needing education?
Well, Templeton's quote is a great reminder that some financial principles are just timeless.
Right.
Markets change, economies shift, sure, but the core ideas about risk, reward, smart planning, they tend to stick around. Education helps you grasp these fundamentals.
So you don't fall for hype.
Exactly. Makes you less likely to chase trends or think, that the basic rules don't apply anymore, which can be costly.
Makes sense.
So, given this need, what does empowering your finance actually offer people?
Well, they definitely position themselves as experts. They say they provide the best financial empowerment, education, and planning. Big claim. And looking at their materials, it seems like they cover a really wide area.
Yeah, the scope looks pretty broad.
Yeah.
They talk about primary financial education, like the real basics.
The essentials.
Right. All the way up to more advanced personal finance stuff, college costs, retirement planning, investment strategies, even business and economic news, and understanding the global economy.
Wow, that's comprehensive.
It really seems like they're aiming for a full picture.
And they have these specific sections too, like financial counseling education, college planning education, retirement planning education, and investment planning education. Each one has a learn more link.
Yeah, those breakdowns suggest a more structured, targeted approach, don't they?
Definitely. Like you can pick your path.
Exactly. You can focus on what's most relevant to you right now, your stage of life, your goals. It recognizes everyone's needs are different.
Right, not one size fits all.
And they're also on Flipboard. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, a magazine called Financial Education, From Debt to Financial Freedom. Sounds like a good way to get information in maybe shorter bursts. Articles, videos, news.
Yeah, that multi-platform thing caters to how different people like to learn, right? Some want a deep dive article, others prefer a video or quick news hit.
Makes it more accessible.
For sure. It's about meeting people where they are. And then there's the big one, their online learning center.
Right. The Evolve Personal Finance Education e-learning center. Sounds massive. Over 108 topics, 10 subject areas.
And tailored for different groups, too.
Yeah, individuals, couples, families, college students, even high school students.
That tailoring is key. It shows they get that financial needs change over time. And the range of topics, budgeting, saving, investing, taxes, it really points to a holistic approach.
It really does seem like they're trying to offer multiple ways to learn about managing your money.
Yeah.
So looking at all this stuff from empowering your finance, what are the main takeaways for someone listening?
Well, I think the biggest one is that financial education, the way they present it, is really about getting control.
Control. Okay.
Yeah. It's
Got
not
it.
just theory. It's about getting practical skills and knowledge that let you actually manage your financial life and future better.
Right, building that security and independence we mentioned earlier.
Exactly that. And I think a second key thing is just the variety of resources they have.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you like reading articles, taking online courses, or need help with something specific like college or retirement, it seems like they offer different paths, caters to different styles, different needs.
That's really important, isn't it? That flexibility. You can kind of pick and choose what works for you.
Definitely.
And those quotes they included are pretty powerful too. Warren Buffett's advice, do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. So simple, but
It's fundamental. Buffett's quote just nails a core idea education tries to teach.
yeah.
Make saving a priority, not just, whatever's left over.
Treat it like a bill you have to pay, almost.
Kind of, yeah. And then Robert Kiyosaki adds that other layer. If you want to thrive, you must challenge the status quo and get the financial education necessary to succeed. That's really a call to action, isn't it?
It really is a reminder that you need to be proactive about learning this stuff. Especially today. It's not just nice to have. It's, necessary.
Yeah, essential for long-term success in this economy.
So when you look at empowering your finances resources, it really comes down to building that foundation, understanding the basics, and then just keeping learning.
Absolutely. It's an ongoing thing.
And the huge range of topics they cover, from the simple stuff to complex investing and retirement, it really does suggest a very complete approach to, empowering your finance.
Yeah, it covers a lot of ground.
We hope this deep dive has maybe made things a bit clearer about what financial education involves and what places like Empowering Your Finance offer.
So, thinking about your own situation, what feels like the most important first step you could take on your financial education path?
That's a really good question to mull over. Maybe checking out one of those learn more links that jumped out. College funding, retirement, getting a handle on investing.
Whatever feels most relevant right now. And maybe a final thought to leave you with. How might actively going after this financial knowledge do more than just improve your bank balance? How might it give you a greater sense of, control and freedom in your life overall?